The sun dips below the horizon, painting the Roman sky in hues of orange and purple. Inside a grand domus, the day's hustle and bustle gives way to a quiet hum. Oil lamps cast long, dancing shadows on mosaic floors as a family prepares for the night. For them, sleep isn't just a biological necessity. It's a journey into another realm, a sacred time governed by the god Somnus. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain of time to explore the forgotten world of Roman sleep. How did the people of this vast empire experience the night? What did they dream of? And what can their ancient habits teach us about our own relationship with sleep? Unlike our modern obsession with a single, uninterrupted 8-hour block, the Romans practiced what historians call segmented sleep. Their night was divided into 2 distinct parts. The first sleep, or primo somno, began shortly after dusk. Families would retire early, succumbing to the natural fatigue that followed a day of labor, politics, or domestic duties. The city, once a cacophony of chariot wheels and market shouts, would fall into a relative silence, broken only by the watchman's patrols. But this was not the end of their day. Around midnight, an entire civilization would stir. People would wake up for an hour or 2. This wasn't seen as insomnia or a sleep disorder. It was a normal, expected part of the night. What did they do during this mysterious interlude? Some would tend to the fire, others might have a light snack. Scholars and writers, like the famed Pliny the Younger, used this quiet time for contemplation and work, finding the stillness of the night perfect for deep thought. For others, it was a time for prayer, quiet conversation with a spouse, or even intimate moments. This period of wakefulness was a peaceful, productive pocket of time, a secret hour stolen from the darkness before the second sleep would claim them until dawn. This concept of to sleeps wasn't unique to Rome. It was the standard for humanity for thousands of years, only fading away with the advent of artificial lighting during the Industrial Revolution. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are our modern sleep struggles a result of forcing our bodies into an unnatural, consolidated pattern? But for the Romans, sleep was more than just a schedule. It was a divine mystery, a portal to the world of the gods. And no one captured this better than the poet Ovid. Let's journey with him into the dreamscape of the ancient world. Imagine a cave, hidden deep within the earth, where the sun's rays never penetrate. This is the domain of Somnus, the personification of sleep. Ovid describes it as a place of profound quiet, where no rooster crows, no dog barks, no gust of wind rustles the leaves. The only sound is the gentle murmur of the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness, its waters flowing over pebbles, inducing drowsiness. At the entrance to this misty cavern, poppies and other hypnotic herbs bloom in abundance. Their essence fills the air, weaving a blanket of slumber over the land. Within the cave, Somnus himself lies on a soft, dark couch. He is in a state of perpetual languor, his limbs heavy with rest. But Somnus is not alone. Attending him are his 3 most famous sons, the masters of the dream world. First, there is Morpheus, the Shepherd. He is an artist who can expertly mimic the form, voice, and gait of any human. When a Roman dreamed of a loved one or a powerful emperor, it was Morpheus who sculpted the vision, making it uncannily real. He was the director of the human dramas that played out in the theater of the mind. Then there is his brother, Phobetor or Aislos, as the gods call him. His name comes from the Greek word for fear. Phobetor's domain is the animal kingdom. He takes the form of beasts, serpents, and birds, bringing nightmares and primal fears to the sleeper's mind. The sudden terror of being chased by a wolf in a dream, the unsettling feeling of a snake coiling around you that was the work of Phobetor, a reminder of the wild, untamed forces of nature. Finally, there is Phantasis. He deals not in the real, but in the surreal. Phantasis crafts the inanimate objects of our dreams, the strange landscapes, the impossible architecture, the rocks, rivers, and trees that seem to have a life of their own. He is the master of illusion, creating the bizarre and fantastical elements that make dreams so perplexing and fascinating. Together, these 3 brothers Morpheus, Phobetor, and Phantasis were the agents of the gods, delivering messages to mortals as they slept. For the Romans, dreams were not random firings of neurons. They were omens, prophecies, and divine communications. A dream could foretell a military victory, warn of a betrayal, or offer guidance on a personal dilemma. Dream interpreters, or interprets somniarum, were respected professionals, consulted by everyone from common soldiers to the emperor himself. The fate of an empire could literally hang on the interpretation of a single dream. Think of Julius Caesar's wife, Calpurnia. On the night before his assassination, she dreamed their house had collapsed and she was holding his bleeding body. She begged him not to go to the Senate that day. He ignored her dream, and the rest is history. For a Roman, this wasn't a coincidence. It was a divine warning that went unheeded. This belief gave sleep a profound significance. It was a sacred state, a nightly audience with the supernatural. To go to sleep was to open yourself up to the universe, to receive wisdom from a realm beyond human comprehension. It was a source of guidance, fear, and wonder. Now, let's fast forward 2,000 years. How do we see sleep today? We map our sleep cycles with smartwatches and apps. We talk about REM and non-REM stages, delta waves, and circadian rhythms. We see sleep as a biological process of the unconscious brain, a time for memory consolidation, cellular repair, and toxin removal. When we dream, we don't look for divine messages. We look for psychological explanations, analyzing them as reflections of our daytime anxieties and desires. We've traded the cave of Somnus for the sleep laboratory, and the dream interpreters for neuroscientists. We have gained an incredible amount of scientific knowledge, understanding the how of sleep in ways the Romans could never have imagined. We can identify disorders and offer treatments, optimizing our rest for better health and performance. But in this process, have we lost something? The Romans viewed sleep with a sense of awe and reverence. It was a mysterious journey, not just a biological function to be managed. They saw a night of strange dreams not as a sign of a bad pizza, but as a potential message from the cosmos. Their world was enchanted, and the night was its most magical chapter. Perhaps there's a middle ground. We can appreciate the science that helps us sleep better, while also rekindling a sense of wonder about this nightly journey we all take. Maybe we don't need to believe in Morpheus to appreciate the artistry of a vivid dream. Maybe we don't need to fear Phobiter to acknowledge the power of our subconscious fears. And maybe, just maybe, we can embrace the quiet, wakeful moments in the middle of the night, not as a problem to be fixed, but as an opportunity for quiet reflection, just as the Romans did. The ancient world is gone, but the night remains. The next time you lay your head down to rest, remember the flickering oil lamps of the Roman Domus. Think of Somnus and his sons, painting visions in the minds of sleepers. And as you drift off, perhaps you'll see sleep not just as switching off, but as logging into a different, more ancient, and more mysterious reality. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the Roman night. If you found this exploration fascinating, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the hidden corners of history. Sweet dreams!